Yeah, that was a good pull day. I was pretty happy with that. Again, didn't do too much volume today, but I'm gonna start up in the volume a little bit on back day and see how my back responds. I feel like I'm gonna start incorporating more weighted pull-ups. I used to do a lot of weighted pull-ups, but kind of went away from that and just started spamming lat pull downs. But I enjoy doing weighted pull-ups. I feel like it's a cool exercise, especially if you can do like 30 pull-ups. I think that's pretty cool flex. The most I've ever done is 26, so let's shoot for 30 in the next couple months or so. I think that is most definitely doable, and we can see how that goes. But other than that, yeah, I just did some lat pull downs, some chest supported row, and just like another row. And then tomorrow we got legs, so stay tuned for that. And also, happy Father's Day out there. If you're a father, hopefully it was a good Father's Day. I know this video isn't going to be posted on Father's Day, but it's being recorded on Father's Day. So yeah, hopefully everyone enjoyed their Father's Day. And yeah, other than that, I feel like for back, back is one of those movements where it's such a tricky muscle group because it's one of those movements where a lot of people don't really get a good mind muscle connection. They don't feel the pump. But, like that doesn't really correlate to if you actually targeting your back. I think most people's problems is they have a weak grip, and if you don't use like straps for back and you have a weak grip, you tend to overcompensate with squeezing the bar, and that will in turn bring in your forearms and biceps. So, using straps or simply getting a stronger grip will just allow you to like, the ball's in your hands, but you aren't really like squeezing it. You're just sort of holding it, and then you bring your elbows, drive your elbows through, and that's how you get a really good back pump, as well as really good at engaging your back and making good progress. Other than that, like there's so many muscles in the back. That's why I like hitting back with like compound lifts, just like really, really getting down there and building that thickness. I feel like building width in the back, I feel, I feel like it's mostly genetic. Everything's mostly genetics, but I feel like building thickness just really allows you to, um, I feel like width is more genetic than back thickness is. I mean, that's completely just my opinion. There's no actual research that I've seen that supports that, but yeah, just I think having a thick back just makes you so much stronger because you'll have a stronger push because you have a better support. You will also be able to hit legs better, just because your back is such a good supporting muscle group, and it's pretty aesthetic as well. So just making sure that you have a really good strong back is good, not only for when you're young and for lifting, sport, whatever. It's just good for when you're old. Like as you age, if your back gets weaker, if you have a really strong back, you can still pick things up, without like pulling your back. So I think back's probably one of the more important parts. I mean, I feel like legs are the most important, then it's back, then, shoulders and chest. Um, I mean, your abdomen, your core is pretty important too. So I would probably put like core, back, or um, legs and core, and then back. Legs and core on the same tier. So yeah, that's why it's important not to skip leg day. um, but yeah, I think that was pretty decent. So like, I've been watching a lot of Life of Reza. I watched quite a lot of her today, just because I like the style of content, the cinematic style of content that she makes. And the reason I was watching a lot of her is, other than the fact that she makes really good videos, is I want to start like incorporating other elements into these videos, because I feel like it can get a little boring just cinematic gym talking, and if I do anything fun as well. I don't really do a lot of things all the time, so most of my videos are just going to be gym and talking. But I do eat, so I'm going to start incorporating like cinematic eating. And I was just watching The Life of Reza because, she obviously has really good shot choice, and just getting sort of ideas of how I can go about doing things like that. Also, going to stores, bringing the camera to stores, getting like, I have a Magic Arm, and then you can get like the wheels of the trolley like turning, and then, like you put the Magic Arm on the end of the trolley, and just like moving around, just getting cool shots like that. And I was just getting ideas of like how she does it, because she's really good at what she does. So you're gonna start seeing more of that. I'm not gonna do a full 180, but I definitely want to start incorporating more elements into these videos. And like with these talking sections, like I don't really know if I should leave it for the end or if I should put it in the middle and have like the gym as the cinematic ending. But I'm gonna be messing around with different things, and I'm gonna see what I like the most. And if you guys want to comment what you guys prefer, just on the different styles, that'll be great as well, just so I can get some feedback. But essentially, I'm gonna keep everything super simple and cinematic, but also I want to start incorporating other elements in, and then just messing around with like the talking portion, because I'm not really like, yeah, I'm not really sure, like these talking segments are like completely unscripted, which is a cool thing. It's more authentic that way. But I feel like I just talk with no like direction, and that can kind of be confusing. So I'm not gonna start scripting these, but I'm definitely gonna start like planning these out, like having a checklist of topics that I want to talk about, just so I can go in more in detail, and I'm not just hopping around from one topic to the next. But yeah, the next video is gonna be a leg day, so stay tuned for that, and it's gonna be pretty good. Also, it's like 8 days until I leave to Australia, so I'm super excited for that. But I'm also even more nervous than I'm excited, just because like I need to make it work. I'm gonna make it work, but also I need to make it work as well. So I'm still gonna stay consistent with these as always, and yeah, I'll see you guys when we hit legs.